What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and we're starting off in a different environment per se. I'm inside my car and we're going to be wrapping the interior of my car. So what I want to do is I want to wrap all of this piece here. Phone, please be quiet. What the hell is that? This guy keeps trying to sell me his blow valve. I don't want it. So what I want to wrap inside my car is I want to wrap this piece here, and I have aftermarket touchscreen, so it's a little different. But for all you that have the regular stock, this is what it looks like here. So it's pretty similar, but I have the touchscreen here, and then I also want to wrap this entire piece here along with all along here, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And then I want to do this piece here. And then I also want to do this piece here. And I'm going to be honest, I have no idea how to take any of this apart. And what I'm going to be wrapping my car with is, it's like a suede felt kind of thing. I'll leave the link in the description. I got it off Amazon. They have like a ton of colors to choose from. So let's get right into this. Woo! So I don't know if you guys saw that there. I started from here. And as that was pried up, I went over here and kind of just worked my way around this. So now, that seems pretty loose. Look at that, something light. So here's that piece here. I'm gonna be wrapping this, and now I gotta figure out how to take this off. From the looks of it, it looks like it just pulls right off. You just gotta give it a little bit of force. And I think there is clips around the outside here. So you just put your screwdriver in along the outside. All along here, because again, if you look on the stock one, there's clips all along the outside. So this one should probably be the same exact thing. Alright, so once you pop this off, along the back you have a bunch of stuff that you have to disconnect. So up here, and it's literally just like, you just pull it out and it's something light. Right here, here, there, and there. And I'm assuming if you have the stock piece, you're gonna have a few more stuff to pull out from there. With this piece here, this one right here, and the top piece, they're two separate pieces. But again, they just have clips on them right at the bottom. So just wedge your screwdriver right underneath and it pops right up without a problem. So this piece should be able to come right out. This back piece here, I'm assuming it's the same exact thing with the same clips. Boom. Just like that, that piece is out as well.
Easy money.
So now with the gauge cluster bezel, that's what I'm going to be calling it, the piece up here, if you want to take that out, there's two screws down here. Number one and number two, those guys got to come out, make the top piece loose. And then the next piece that you're going to have to do is this piece right here in the middle. This piece here. This has to just pull right out. Mine came out very easily because mine was already loose, but this just comes directly right out. Now from here, there's gonna be two screws. One is right there, and then another one's gonna be right here. So you do this one and that guy, and then these two up top. So once you get all four screws out, the gauge cluster is gonna be able to pull towards you. And what we did here was, this is the cover that covers up the gauges. And it just pops off the back of it. You have the little clips here that go all along the back.
Yeah, there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 clips around the gauge cluster. Just pop those right off and it should come right off the lens piece.
And now just make sure that you guys don't touch needles, because you don't want to cause any problems. But now with this here, this should be able to pull forwards enough.
Gives you more room to grab the two screws in the back.
So the two screws that you're gonna need to take off behind the clusters is that one up there, and then there's another one directly back there. And guys, when taking the ones in the back out, make sure you don't drop them. I dropped both of them, and I don't really care. But you're also gonna need to remove the screw that's right there, and then the same one that's on this side. It's like it's holding in like a little bracket. So now the top piece is off, and there actually is 6 screws holding this in. So this one right here And that one right there were the ones I just did that were on the both sides. And then this was the ones that were on the top that I did in the beginning. And those guys in the back were the ones that I dropped, but I can care less about. So now we brought all the pieces inside, and so right now we have the first piece set up here already, and make sure you clean it off before you want to start sticking stuff to it, because if there's anything underneath like dirt or whatever, it's not going to stick. I just use rubbing alcohol, just spray it on a little bit and just wipe it off with a paper towel. Really not that big of a deal. So then once you have all your stuff all cleaned off, you want to go ahead and start wrapping, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It just takes a bit of patience.
Peel this drum.
The first thing you want to do is you want to put the gauge cluster bezel back up top before you do anything with the actual gauges themselves. So once that's back in like that, you want to go ahead and put the screws back in, and keep in mind that the back two screws for me, I'm not putting them back in because I dropped them and I can really care less. So you want to go ahead and put in, I think there's still 4 more for me. 2 on like the sides, 2 on the sides, and then there's 2 right on the top, which you can get from right underneath.
Then there's gonna be 2 more down here.
And then yes, there is 2 more on the bottom. But before you do the 2 on the bottom, you have to put the plastic cover back over this. Just gonna pop that John in there. Yes. A little love tap. You know the vibes. All right. Now we got the top piece, both top pieces in here. We got this back all together. Now what we got left are the 2 pieces in the middle. For putting the middle piece back in, make sure that you connect everything back where it's supposed to go. Because if you don't plug one of these things back in, whatever you forget to plug in is not going to work. So just make sure you do it nice and neat and take your time with this. Alright guys, it is now like a week later roughly, and it's because I ran out of material. So I had to go on Amazon and I ordered more material, and now I am on the passenger side of my car and I'm going to be doing this piece here. But the thing is, I have no idea how to do it, and there's nothing on YouTube how to do it previously. So I'm just going to start pulling things all apart. But the first thing I'm going to have to do, I think, is take out the glove box. So make sure everything is removed from it first. And then what you want to do is you want to remove this little shock piece here. Looks like it just like pulls off. And then you have these 2 locking pieces right here, and then right here. So once you take out the stopper on the side here, and then the 2 pieces on both sides, the glove box should just drop down like this. Now over here, guys, I took this piece off already, but right down here, there's a little spot to put in your flathead screwdriver, and you just pry it up and just work your way along the top of it, and it literally just pop out because it's just all in by clips. And then after this piece is out, this vent here, it's being held on by 1 screw right here, which I already took it out, and then it literally will just pull right out, no problem whatsoever. Alright guys, after pulling out a few more bolts and screws, this piece looks like it's gonna come out now. So what I did was, there was a bolt right in that hole down there, and then 1 right down there. They were 10mm bolts, and then there was another one right in this hole here, which was also a 10mm. And then all these other screws, holes right there, right there, and one right there as well. They were just regular Phillips screws, and then you want to just give it just like a little bit of a pull, and then this is all just clipped together, and this piece looks like it's ready to come out. It's being held on by just right over here. And also make sure to unplug your glove box light. I just unplugged the wire out from the back of the light, and I have it sitting right here. So after playing with this thing for quite some time, I think I'm just gonna wrap it while keeping it in the car, because there's all screws all on the top of here, and they're like literally impossible to get to, and I'm not trying to start screwing with this, especially with the airbag being right here. So I did take out the vents. This one just pops out with the one screw on the side. This one here, there is no screws here. You just gotta put your flathead screwdriver in the bottom and just work your way around, and this one just pops right out. So now I have everything removed from all around it, so hopefully that'll give me enough room kind of just to wrap the piece in place. And hopefully up here I can kind of tuck it in a little bit, and then the same thing with down here. But everything else I should be able to tuck all over here, here, and all down at the bottom here. But I'm doing this in the car, unfortunately. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much all done here. I popped these guys back in right up top, and I kind of tucked along here. It didn't look perfect, but this covers it up, so looks pretty good. And then down here, I did it in two separate pieces. I don't know if you can see the line there. And then this here doesn't look that good, but it's whatever, to be honest, because when the glove box goes back in, it's literally going to be flush right along here. The only time that you might see this is when the glove box is opened. And then it's all tucked down here, and I cut right along the seam here, and everything looks pretty good, so I'm going to throw everything right back into place. Alright guys, so this is pretty much all done now. Once everything is all done, you want to put everything back in the same exact way that you took it out, in the same order, and everything should go back in nice and neat. But yeah, so now I have everything done inside the car. This side, the centerpiece, and then up top on the driver's side. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It does take a little bit of patience. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. It's probably a little bit longer than it should be, but I just wanted to show how to take off everything in the car, because there's not much on YouTube on how to do that. And if you guys have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. I answer my comments almost as soon as I see them. It's a little tedious, but take some time, but you just gotta be patient with it. And that's it guys. I'm going to leave the link in the description for the fabric that I used here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.